Hello everybody, welcome to the video. In this episode, me, John, Sarah, and Jake all decided to go to this abandoned cemetery in New Hope, Pennsylvania. Be sure to drop a like on the video and please don't forget to subscribe. It is a small click for you guys, but it means the absolute world to us. And also, don't forget to watch all the way to the end of the video for some funny moments. Thank you all so much for watching and enjoy. So here we are in New Hope, Pennsylvania once again. And it's sad to see that it's not really well maintained. So we saw this cemetery in weird Pennsylvania. Jake, John, and Sarah are down in the woods somewhere over there, just kind of getting a feel for the place. So New Hope as a whole, the town itself is very vibrant with life and death, if you really think about it. You got the New Hope Cemetery, which is heard to be very haunted. You got the bridge, which we were just at not too long ago. And then you have the inn. The reason why we decided to come to the New Hope Cemetery was, like I said earlier, there's that weird Pennsylvania book. You know, you got weird New Jersey, weird USA, whatever. Got some pretty interesting stuff in there. But the story was, a guy and his friends went to go explore the cemetery, and then his buddy was like a non-believer. I guess he got his jacket tugged, and then he got pushed, and I guess from that point on, he became a believer. But we read that, and we're like, you know what, we'll go explore the cemetery and see if we can experience anything ourselves. And the cemetery did not disappoint. So to kick off the investigation, John, Jake, and Sarah decided to whip out the dowsing rods, take a camera, and go where they feel they want to go with the rods, while I stay back and I start setting up the stationary camera and a bunch of other stuff just ready to go for the rest of the night.
So we got a bell right here, and we have this flag right here. So if that blows, and then that bell's going, then it's wind. So, but if that bell is going off, and the flag ain't moving, then that's something.
There's something up there?
It's pointing you to that direction.
Is that the other cemetery?
Oh,
wait a minute, wait a minute,
it
wait a
just
minute.
moved.
Oh, there's a cemetery up there, isn't there?
So now at this point, the rods start pointing up to another batch of graves just off to the right of the group. And I come over with the SLS camera and we go up to those grave sites.
Just as accurate as possible. Oh. That's supposed to mean, remember, spiritual activity.
Yep, they're crossing.
Are you here with us? Straighten the rods out together, nice and straight if you're here with us. Ooh.
So the rods ended up pointing towards this little grave marker away from everything else, just by itself. And we went closer towards the grave marker to see what the name was, and the name was Caddy Cope. And this poor child died at only the age of 2. So we believe that we were communicating with that child. So at this point, we've all been over by the far gravesite for a good 5 or 10 minutes. The stationary camera picked up some leaves snapping by it and then a faint child whisper. Keep in mind, behind this camera is 2 headstones and one of them was a child. Before we left Caddy's grave, we decided to leave a voice recorder there. About 5 minutes after we left, you can hear us over at the gravestones right next to Caddy's, but you can hear what sounds like a screech off in the distance. So coming up, the stationary camera microphone picked up another kid voice, and again, we are nowhere near any houses whatsoever. We are in the middle of nowhere. So up next, the stationary microphone picked up some leaves rustling by it. As you can see, in frame, we are all around the main grave site, so it was none of us. So now we all have our night vision cameras out. Jake and I decide to stay by the main graves and do a little spirit box session. Jake also has a thermal camera out, which is brand new, and we were super excited to start using this, while John and Sarah went over to Caddy's grave. So just keep in mind, this is our first time using the thermal camera, so we really don't know what's normal for it to capture and what is worth noting. But coming up, Jake got this weird looking anomaly on it. Now again, it could be normal for the camera to pick up things like this, or it could not be. We just don't know right now. Coming up, John and Sarah hear a faint growl, but sadly the audio didn't pick it up. But a second after they hear that growl, you could see an orb float into the K2 meter that is resting on the headstone.
Light up that K2 meter
What
down
is
there
that?
for it. Growling, right? You heard that, right?
Yeah.
I think I heard an Alex or an Alan. So Alan, is there anything you want to say to us? I'm here. Now at this point, Sarah picks up the K2 meter, and if you look, you can see the second light up quickly, and then you can hear a branch snap right as soon as that happens.
John. Thank you.
There it goes.
Thank you for coming over and messing with this.
Ooh, something's really close. I got a stick crack in front.
So at this point, the voice recorder picked up what sounds like a child voice, and it sounds like it's saying hi.
Okay. Oh my
Oh,
God,
wow.
what in the heck? Is that maybe from them? Do you think from that far away?
No. No way.
What in the heck?
So at this point, I ran back to the Jeep with Jake and we changed out my camera battery. While we were walking back to the main group of tombstones, my camera mic picked up what sounded like humming. Few seconds after this, we got to the main gravesite. Sarah and John were inside the fence area, and me and Jake decided to stay on the outside. So we all stayed there for a little bit and really haven't been getting much. But a few minutes later, Sarah asks a question and you can hear a branch snap, and then literally a second later you can hear what sounds like a child responding. Now keep in mind, we are in the middle of nowhere. The closest house to us is a good maybe half a mile away. That whole night there hasn't been a single light or any sort of life coming from that house.
Are you still here with us? Whatever spirit was communicating before?
Yo, Jake, did you hear leaves snapping behind you? So up next, Jake is still using his thermal camera, and you could see on the screen one of us passes in front of him, and as soon as we do, you could see a cold spot form right behind them very quickly. And the cold spot will show up blue.
Were you over by that other cemetery? You were over there too.
And a couple seconds after this, Jake was having a conversation with me, and you can see right behind me, more cold spots pop up in blue.
And it doesn't, which is nice. Look, with the flashlight on, it doesn't.
So now we are still over by the main grave sites when the stationary camera's mic picked up what sounds like a knock and then a slight whisper right after it. So up next, the voice recorder picked up something honestly creepy. It sounds like someone is running their finger through a hair comb. This is honestly one of the weirdest audio pieces we've caught. So now at this point of the night, it's getting pretty late. I make my way over to the stationary camera and my little experimental stuff to clean it all up while everyone stays by the graves. I turn around and I hear this loud branch snap, but as I pan down to where everyone is, you can see they're standing pretty still. A big thank you to the writer of Weird Pennsylvania, Matt Lake, for showing us this little gem. The voices we caught are incredible and we are super thankful. Although we didn't get touched or chased by anything negative as reported by others, certainly felt a heaviness while being there. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't. And now on to the funny moments.
Can make the rod rot. Wow.
The bat just flew right past my face, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this way to see, so no one follows.
Alright, let's go over there. Let's see if we can get any run pops.
Oh, jeez. Good. Good now. Flip. Oh, jeez. I'll back up a little bit.
That's loud. That's so loud.
You're to do it quick. Okay.